Yeah, I hope I can be heard now. Anyway, so I've been reflecting on my life a lot of these days lately, and I'm starting to realize a lot of things that I should have paid more attention to when I was a kid, and a couple of things that I did fairly well when I was a kid. That has brought me where I am today, and I'm grateful for that. Grateful for the upbringing that my parents gave me, but I still look back at the things I could have done better, and I can't help but worry about ha- not having enough time to make up for those. I feel like it might be too late to learn a lot of things because one can only learn as much in a short time, especially at this age, to be harder to pick up new skills than you can when you're younger. But I'm trying whatever I can to keep my dream going because obviously I now know exactly how I want my dream to go. And I just want to say a few things to anyone who's feeling left out, especially as an artist. It could be any kind of art, music, visual arts, whatever. If you feel lost, just understand that art isn't about what you do, it's more about who you are. You don't need to do something to prove that you're an artist. You just have to exist. A lot of artists try to overthink the process of making art, thinking that it's something you need to put in a lot of thought before you make. But remember, true art is not the type of art that you see most people do when you've been commissioned by someone else, by a client or something, to do something specific. So whatever you're creating, even though it is from you, it's not from your own purpose. So like your will isn't necessarily behind that art. So even though it's telling a story by you and through you, it's not you. Here's an example. Every child that was born, if they were not influenced in any way by any other language, they would have eventually formed their own language if they had to speak to others. They would have eventually come up with words to mean certain things. And that language would now be a full language that you can actually learn just like any other language, like English, French, Spanish, whatever. Just like those other languages, before they were made, some people didn't know how to talk. The cavemen probably didn't have any words to say. They just made sounds and eventually it became a universally accepted way of mentioning certain things or meaning certain things by saying certain words. So eventually, every kid without any influence would have come up with a way of life. And that is art. That's what art is. Art is not trying to do something so that another person sees that you did it right. Art is doing, art is doing, just doing. Like whatever you do because it was done by you, it will be looking a certain way. It's like handwriting. Handwriting is actually art. It's technically like calligraphy. When you write, every time we look at another person's handwriting, it looks very different from yours. And that's a sign. It's a sign that no one can replicate who you are because you are very different on a subatomic level. Very, very different. Very, very different. We can draw the same person, we can draw the same character, we can draw the same shapes and designs, make the same designs, but whenever someone who knows you for your art sees you, they can tell this is your art and that is not your art. Because art speaks about where it's from, it speaks about its origin. So yeah, if you feel like you're not making it in life as an artist, it's probably because you're trying to be like someone else. It's probably because you don't really understand who you are and you need to grow to realize that art is just about being you and doing it. Because there are things you've experienced all through your life, and those things come together to form who you are. So if you do anything, it's going to be influenced by those things that you've learned. So just do you. Don't let anyone tell you what to do, how to do it. Only listen to people's opinions when you know that person is in a position you'd like to be in. But even with that, you have to be very careful, be very picky with the things you choose to accept into your life. Because it can follow you to the end of your life, trust me. I'm saying trust me about this as if I've reached the end of my life before. But either way, yeah, that's technically all I wanted to say. I know I haven't posted in a while, but I feel like sending this video to you all if you're going through what I recently went through. But now I think I know enough to fight it and come back to the top and be like myself from when I was in primary school and high school, where I was drawing every day, every single second, every moment I had, I was just having fun. The key was that I was just doing what I wanted. I was just expressing myself, just the way you breathe, just the way you relax, just the way you sleep, just the way you chew your fingernails when you're nervous. I was drawing whenever I felt like drawing. So I'm going back to that, where I'll be drawing things I love to draw and nothing else. If I'm drawing for a client, I'm drawing for a client. That's a different case. I won't put my full energy on that. Not like I don't want it to be nice. I don't want to be perfect. I just don't want to be overthinking about something I'm not supposed to overthink. Working for a client, you have to do what they want, not what you want. So you're definitely going to be seeing a lot of videos about me showing who I really am. So I'll be talking about things like these, and then I'll be showing you a couple of works I've done and a couple of works I'll be doing. That's all based on what I like and what I'm interested in. So look forward to that. So yeah, that's just about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.